Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, February 1st, at 3:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 554 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. You simply don't have the range. Lincoln Project responds after Marjorie Taylor Greene calls group traitors in Trump-style tweet. Biden and Schumer prepare to ditch Republicans on COVID relief package as GOP offers cut price proposal. Major nor'easter expected to impact 110 million with heavy snow, winds. Biden's COVID response team is scrambling to find 20 million coronavirus vaccine doses the Trump administration didn't bother tracking. Ex-GOP Congresswoman says party is on the way to being fringe within 3 or 4 years. American Airlines charges woman African-American service fee. Blizzard to bury Northeast in feet of snow. Wisconsin vaccine saboteur Stephen Brandenburg is a flat earther, FBI document reveals. Republican Adam Kinzinger disowned by family members and told he's possessed by the devil for impeaching Trump. Wyoming Governor, Keystone XL pipeline cancellation is a real problem for energy-producing states. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Skier found dead after being buried by an avalanche in Utah, CNN. Vaccination delays put global rebound at risk, The Wall Street Journal. NJ school closings, delayed openings, schedule changes due snow Monday, February 1, 2021 NJ.com. GOP lawmaker launches new pact to reclaim Republican Party after Trump, CNN. Captain Tom, the 100-year-old veteran who raised millions for healthcare workers, has COVID-19, BuzzFeed News. Bucks Tom Brady to join elite club in sports history with Super Bowl LV win, Fox News. Chevron and Exxon discussed merger last year after COVID pandemic devastated oil prices, reports say, CNBC. Tiffany Haddish makes out with Common in steamy silhouette challenge, TMZ. Parkland victim's mother says she spoke with Marjorie Taylor Greene about school shooting conspiracies, NBC News. Carly Waddell says she would be embarrassed to do another Bachelor show following Evan Bay's split, Yahoo Entertainment. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Report details sexual misconduct allegations against Lincoln Project co-founder. Major storm heads to Northeast after blanketing Midwest. El Paso Walmart shooting survivor deported while helping investigators, attorney. Law firm ad touting Biden brothers' political connections raises ethics questions. Bodicum captures police chief, officer defending slavery, using racial slurs. Pete Davidson is John Krasinski's Pam in the Office-themed SNL monologue. GOP lawmakers seek tougher voting rules after record turnout, election losses. 10 GOP senators float much smaller COVID-19 relief proposal as Dems prepare to go it alone. Joe Biden's administration is starting to look like a mullet. Russia arrests 4,700 in protests demanding Navalny's release. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Firefighters return to neighborhood of fatal fire. Security guard fires at police, authorities say. Christmas lights house starts to rebuild after fire. Teen Rights Cookbook raises money for research. Burglary suspect killed in crash during chase. Neighbors rally to make young girl feel welcome in the community. Drag queen helps make superfans birthday gold. Gym owner installs air purification system. Woman saves man from burning car. Fire destroys building that houses 911 center. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, the New York Times. Captain Tom, who raised millions for UK health workers, is hospitalized. Trans and LGBT rights still face trouble in the States. The gerrymander battles loom, as GOP looks to press its advantage. Eleanor Holmes Norton calls for sledding on Capitol grounds to be allowed. Police chief and officer ousted after racist remarks caught on body camera. Ghosts of 2009 drive Democrats push for robust crisis response. As Biden plans global democracy summit, skeptics say, heal thyself first. After Capitol riot, elected officials under pressure back home. Cody Simpson, pop star, wants to be Cody Simpson, Olympian. Snowstorm expected to bring heavy snow and snarl travel. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Report, Messi's contract worth up to €555 million. MLB proposes delaying start to April 28, cut to 154 games. Top epidemiologist urges single doses of COVID-19 vaccine. J.J. Watt has decision coming on future with Texans, report. Decorated NYPD sergeant dies from 9/11 illness. Bucks Tom Brady to join elite club in sports history with Super Bowl LV win. Aaron Rodgers confirms he was spotted riding in the back of pickup truck, flashing case of beer. Instagram influencer got COVID-19 vaccine in NYC, arguing she's an educator. Dr. Mark Siegel, congressman tests positive after COVID vaccine. Here's what this case tells us. LeBron James reacts to Tom Brady's 10th Super Bowl appearance. At our age, we can still dominate our sport. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, February 1st. The next headlines are from the seventh most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Texas AG Ken Paxton launches investigation into companies that suspended stock trading, investing. It stinks of corruption. The next headlines are from the eighth most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Police quiz for creep landlord who demanded weekly massage after mail expose. Myanmar's leader Aung San Suu Kyi is detained amid reports a military coup is underway. TikTok shows massive shark chasing a seal in Mornington Peninsula Bay popular with swimmers. Eviction teams try to force out the Houston Five. Last photo of a boy, 2, playing in the sand as his dad snorkels behind seconds before a shark attack. COVID UK, cases fall 29% in a week to 21,088 and deaths fall by 3.7%. British expat found dead with hand tied to the deck of his sunken sailing boat in Crete. Bridget Jones is back in our serialization to mark the 25th anniversary of her diaries. Dancing on Ice, Graham Bell becomes second skater to be voted off after skate-off with Rebecca Vardy. There's never been a year like it for yo-yo dieting. Here readers share their ups and downs. The following headlines are from the ninth most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. Moscow protest spreads wide after police block original plan. Somalia's Al-Shabaab rebels attack hotel in the capital city. Thousands join in Jerusalem funerals, flout pandemic rules. Afghan negotiating team warns Taliban it must resume talks. Egyptian charity is an oasis of care amid misery of the pandemic. Somaliland's quest for recognition passes through its ancient caves. Separated at the border, reunited, then separated again, for migrant families, another trauma. Russia cracks down on Navalny protests, locking down city centers and arresting thousands. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus live news, Israel extends lockdown, hundreds arrested in Belgium and Hungary protests. Aung San Suu Kyi and other figures detained in Myanmar raids, says ruling party. Donald Trump's impeachment defense in disarray as lead lawyers quit. Trossard earns Brighton first home win of season against Tottenham. Major winter storm barrels eastward and threatens to pummel New York area. Flea review, remarkable refugee story told with heart and audacity. West Ham win delights Klopp as Liverpool close in on Preston defender. Hundreds arrested at anti-lockdown protests in Brussels, Budapest and Vienna. Biden more likely to bypass Republicans on COVID stimulus aid after lowball offer. Bad hurricane is coming, expert warns U.S. to brace for virulent COVID strain. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Videos show Rochester officers pepper spraying 9-year-old. Hilton Valentine, founding Animals guitarist, dies at 77. 2 arrests and attack on famed San Francisco private eye. Major winter storm moves from Midwest to East Coast to start week. Russian police crackdown on protests over opposition leader's arrest. Skier dies after being found buried upside down in snow. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. COVID, EU and AstraZeneca in step forward on vaccines. Navalny protests, thousands across Russia join demonstrations. Somalia al-Shabaab militants attack hotel in Mogadishu. Navalny protests, hundreds in Moscow detained by police. COVID, lessons to be learned from anti-vaccine row, Irish PM. Messi's €555 $674 million, Barca contract leaked. COVID, thousands attend Israel funeral for Orthodox rabbi. Tigray crisis, genocidal war waged in Ethiopia region, says ex-leader. COVID, Israel to transfer 5,000 vaccine doses to Palestinians. Swedish COVID nurse to watch entire film festival alone in lighthouse. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. AP top stories January 31st p. FCC slaps Montana man with $9.90 and fine for racist robocalls that included Adolf Hitler recording, new levels of egregiousness. Investigators find body of 70-year-old Tennessee man charged with killing 2 duck hunters. 18 people under watches, warnings, advisories as powerful snowstorm pounds Midwest, East, NYC could see a foot of snow. Thousands arrested in Russia protests. Biden advisor says prioritize first doses right now, protest disrupts vaccinations at Dodger Stadium, today's key COVID updates. Louisiana cemetery changes whites-only contract after black sheriff's deputy denied burial. The day in pictures. Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron calls impeachment attempts by Breonna Taylor grand jurors a mockery. Black Lives Matter nominated for Nobel Peace Prize for carrying forward a movement of racial justice. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. LA County reports decline in new coronavirus cases, hospitalizations, but warns public to be vigilant. San Diego County firefighters administer vaccines at nursing homes. YouTubers charged with illegal street racing conspiracy in Orange County. Earthquake, magnitude 3.3 quake registers near Chico, California. He made sure the bodies of the Muslim dead faced Mecca. COVID-19 claimed his life. Sea lions are dying from a mysterious cancer, the culprits, herpes and DDT. Newsom under fire from Democrats over COVID-19 responds as he faces GOP-led recall campaign. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, February 1st, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Australia's weak donation laws allowed $1 billion in dark money to go to political parties over 2 decades. Japan whale hunting, fishery in Taiji. Japan let whale struggle in net for 3 days and then proceeded to drown it. Trump secretly eased sanctions against Israeli billionaire on way out. Mining magnate Dan Girdler was sanctioned in 2017 for corrupt deals with the Democratic Republic of Congo. Rights groups are calling on the Biden administration to reinstate full sanctions. Bell received $122 in wage subsidies, bringing Big Three telecom total to nearly $250 million. Kosovo to establish full diplomatic relations with Israel on Monday, set to be first Muslim-majority country to open embassy in Jerusalem. Spain set to pilot 4-day week as response to coronavirus pandemic. Climate crisis. World is at its hottest for at least 12,000 years. Study: the planet is hotter now than it has been for at least 12,000 years, a period spanning the entire development of human civilization. Human-driven climate change has put the world in uncharted territory, the scientists say. Shell order to compensate Nigerian farmers affected by oil spills. Wife of Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny detained as police clamp down on rallies. India cuts internet near Delhi as hundreds of farmers begin hunger strike. Saudi Arabia has been scrubbing its textbooks of anti-Semitic and misogynistic passages. Wife of Russian Alexei Navalny among 3,000 detained. Taiwan says Chinese fighters, U.S. aircraft both enter defense zone. 4-year-old girl discovers 220 million-year-old dinosaur footprint at Wales Beach. Corruption in China. Former top banker Li Xiaomin executed for taking $277 million in bribes. The next headlines are from Forbes. Discover New Year's food traditions that are feeding a hopeful 2021. Indigenous food tourism in Canada ahead of post-pandemic trends. Democrats plot emotional impeachment case as Trump scrambles to find defense lawyers. Severely low ratings Saturday night signal deeper issues in broadcast TV. Identifying 5 of the best shooters in the 2021 NBA draft. Los Angeles Rams get two-prong benefit from Matthew Stafford-Jared Goff swap. Why Matthew Stafford is the right win now upgrade for Los Angeles Rams. BTS's DNA has now sold over 1 million units in the U.S. Unraveling the Barcelona riddle, the richest but nearly bankrupt. Exxon and Chevron execs reportedly discussed merging last year. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,683,111,109 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time, and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Superior Review, twin sisters get twisted in an offbeat neo-noir where style is substance. How it ends filmmakers on their Sundance love letter to Los Angeles and the inner child. Alan Burns, Emmy-winning writer and creator of The Mary Tyler Moore Show, dies at 85. Together Review, surrogate pregnancy dramedy follows a surprisingly touching platonic friendship. At the Ready Review, inside look at a Texas high school's extracurricular law enforcement program. Passing Review, Rebecca Hall's subtle, provocative directorial debut. Oscars, The Toxic Pigs of Fukushima filmmaker and DP on radiated bars and paying homage to Japanese cinema. Swedish Helmer Rider Ninja Iberg spotlights the adult film Bees and Pleasure. Blackpink's arena-sized live stream. The show is the next best thing to being there. Concert review. Denzel Washington's The Little Things leads box office despite HBO Max debut. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Protesters block COVID-19 vaccination site in LA. Hilton Valentine, founding guitarist for the Animals, dies at 77. 10 Senate Republicans outline $600 billion counter-offer to Biden's COVID-19 relief bill. Defying Putin, Russians return to the streets to demand Alexei Navalny's release. How is the COVID-19 vaccination campaign going in your state? How severe is your state's coronavirus outbreak? Coronavirus world map. We've now passed the 100 million mark for infections. Reddit Wall Street Bets founder calls GameStop stock frenzy a symbolic movement. Did closing schools save lives or cost lives? The debate continues. Vaccines for data. Israel's Pfizer deal drives quick rollout, and privacy worries. The following headlines are from The Week. How Moscow police's attempts to shut down pro-Navalny protests may have backfired. Arkansas Republican governor praises Biden administration's seamless vaccine distribution. Lincoln Project co-founder accused of exploiting his power with sexually provocative online messages. Here's what to expect from Pence's post-VP life. 10 GOP senators to unveil alternative $600 billion COVID-19 relief package. 10 things you need to know today, January 31, 2021. SNL decides Tom Brady is the only thing in America that still works in latest cold open. Trump's impeachment defense is out. Bannon is reportedly encouraging him to go to the Senate himself. No quick reset for the U.S.-China conflict. The reality of Brexit. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, February 1st. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Jades will go deeper than the Hubble's deep fields. Why is there something instead of nothing? Observers Challenge, Venus-Saturn conjunction February 6, 2021. 2021's Groundhog Day will be virtual. Achernar marks the end of the river. The next news is from Politico. Biden's first 100 days. European Union offers United Kingdom reassurances over vaccine supply. Russian police arrest thousands in pro-Navalny protest. The vaccines that could stop COVID-19. Hundreds arrested at anti-lockdown demonstration in Brussels. AstraZeneca to deliver 9M more coronavirus vaccine doses to European Union. Biden toughens workplace safety guidelines but extends DPA meat production order. Arizona governor says state GOP censuring him is of very little consequence. Rap Kinzinger, they claim I'm possessed by the devil. Warren says GameStop saga is latest sign of Wall Street problems. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Coronavirus updates live. WA enters lockdown after new local COVID-19 case. NSW records 2 weeks of no community transmission. Myanmar leader Aung San Suu Kyi detained. Miles says rejection of JobKeeper extension heartless and cruel. A seller's market, house values hit record high after strong January. AFLW season in turmoil as teams thrown into isolation. First day of drastic and immediate lockdown as WA aims to crush COVID-19 in its tracks. Daily COVID-19 testing took 3 weeks to roll out in WA quarantine hotels, Premier. Second Perth man who tested positive for COVID-19 believed to be a historical case. Victoria records 26th day of zero COVID-19 community transmission. Recipe for disaster. Return traveler sounds alarm over Perth 4 points quarantine hotel. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Brett Aarons is raw, the biggest losers from the GameStop turmoil, an early list. What's worth streaming? Here's what's worth streaming in February 2021, and why you don't need to spend more than $18. Newswatch, what January's market decline means for stock returns in 2021. The Wall Street Journal, CEOs of Exxon, Chevron discussed merger last year. Life after the COVID-19 vaccine, Americans won't rush back to restaurants and ballgames, or public transportation. As vaccinations continue, 45% of millennials say they're okay with socializing in public places. The risks are higher for these retail investors. Former GameStop employees are divided on the stock's epic ride. The moneyest, I'm a single mom. I take my kids on trips. My mother says that's crazy and I should be saving for a house. What do you think? The moneyest, he stopped paying all the bills. My husband moved in with his girlfriend and stole my stimulus check, twice. Is GameStop's surge market manipulation by a mob of Reddit users, a savvy group of investors, or both? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. The Inventive Upside of Lockdown by Juliette Gregg, Latimer Upper School. This is local London. The next headlines are from Quartz. Shorting stocks is a 400-year-old practice. Twitch is the undisputed champion of video game streaming. How Joe Biden's executive orders compare with those of other presidents. What will it take for in-person events to return during COVID-19? Patriotic tours and 4-day weeks, how China's cities are promoting local travel. The COVID-19 vaccine passports in development for 2021. COVID testing for airplane travel is a mess, but infection screening is here to stay. Travel will return in 2021, but it won't be any fun. Reddit and Robinhood gamified the stock market, and it's going to end badly. The following headlines are from TechDirt. Funniest, most insightful comments of the week at TechDirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Tony D'Angelo. Chelsea vs Burnley. Tottenham. Barcelona vs Athletic Club. Iman Shumpert. West Ham vs Liverpool. John Weaver. Kate McKinnon. Stanley Tucci. Royal Rumble 2021. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Myanmar's leader Aung San Suu Kyi and senior officials detained amid fears of military coup, reports. Melvin Capital loses 53% in January over bet against GameStop thanks to Reddit buying spree, reports. Biden lie tops Twitter trends as president's loyalists try to hijack hashtag to switch conversation from disappointment to Trump. France and Germany threaten AstraZeneca with legal action if they favored UK over EU when distributing COVID-19 vaccine. Captain Sir Tom Moore, 100-year-old World War II veteran who raised millions for NHS, hospitalized after testing positive for COVID-19. This city needs a new hero, man in Batman suit arrested at unsanctioned rally in Moscow, photos. I don't even think she sweats, Paige Van Zandt's opponent promises to knock her out in a round on ex-UFC foes bare-knuckle FC. Net returns, football icon Lionel Messi's contract is not worth a fraction of the drama his departure from Barcelona would cause. The final insult, ex-Arsenal star Mesut Ozil savagely trolls football fan Piers Morgan with toilet paper gag after Fenerbahce move. There will be no full withdrawal, troops to remain in Afghanistan past Trump set deadline, report. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Ray Dalio, recent market rebellion shows growing anger and intolerance in U.S. Why hasn't the House held hearings to establish incitement to insurrection? Glitches sabotage vaccine rollout across U.S., EU plays hardball as battle for doses heats up. Former SAC trader shares a short squeeze story. Lincoln Project announces co-founder after allegations of pedophilia, sexually provocative messages to 21 young men. Why does the Times want you consumed by fear, isolation, and misery? Melvin's Gabe Plotkin was expanding his $44 million Miami beachfront mansion when his hedge fund blew up. The only way to win is not to play. This is the stunning way some desperate funds cover their GameStop shorts. This could take the dollar down, Alistair McLeod warns there's a real crisis in the winds. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. More Brazil protests over Bolsonaro's COVID-19 response. Nigerian farmers hail Shell ruling, but future remains uncertain. MSF suspends work in San Salvador area after ambulance attacked. UK, centenarian fundraiser Captain Tom hospitalized with COVID. At least 13 killed in car bombs, shooting in Syria's north. First batch of coronavirus vaccines due to arrive in South Africa. Could Myanmar's military stage a coup? Barcelona to sue newspaper for publishing Messi's $674 contract. Somalia's Al-Shabaab armed group attacks hotel in Mogadishu. Biden's removal of the 1776 commission report is not enough. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Anti-Trump PAC, current GOP no different from ISIS. New York young Republicans reoccupy Wall Street in wake of GameStop debacle. Never Trump Lincoln Project founder John Weaver accused of sending provocative messages to young men. Fixes in, disgraced ex-NBA ref Donaghy turns to wrestling. Report, mom who killed 5 kids and herself was obsessed with witchcraft. Rep Adam Kinzinger to launch PAC challenging GOP's embrace of Donald Trump. Ethan Hawke speaks out against cancel culture, petrifying time to speak about male sexuality. Left-wing columnist, put the Republican Party on domestic terror watch list. Former NFL player calls for separate transgender sports category after Biden executive order. GOP lawmakers in key battlegrounds to tighten vote-by-mail rules. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. 10 most hated movie adaptations by authors. 6 craziest Florida man stories. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. This new year, dare to be unfaithful to your goals. Snowy owl spotted in New York's Central Park for the first time in 130 years. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, February 1st. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Target won't sell Thai coconut milk after probe shows product made by forced monkey labor report. Vaccine tourism, tens of thousands of Americans cross state lines for injections. The Greeks had a word for it, until now, as language is deluged by English terms. Texas DPS mistakenly sends out Amber Alert for Chucky doll. Billionaires are blaming the GameStop surge on COVID stimulus checks. Snowy owl stops in Central Park for the first time since 1890. Police, manhunt aerosol can while officer watched. A diner at one of Gordon Ramsay's restaurants complained after paying $41 for a burger and fries, but people think they're overreacting. She was about to be cremated. Then, her daughter noticed her move. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Tourbox Neo is the graphic design editing controller that finally gets it all right. This iOS 14 bootcamp can you build app that take advantage of its power. The pros and cons of EV batteries that fully charge in 5 minutes. 5 unusual technologies that can prevent a global water crisis. Satellites orbiting Earth are increasing like crazy. How do we prevent them from crashing? This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, February 1st from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah Jazz get scorched by Nuggets shooting, see 11-game winning streak come to an end. Park City man dies after being caught in avalanche. Governor Cox says Utahns should upgrade their coronavirus masks now. What does that mean? Coronavirus in Utah. Daily case trend continues to decline as 2 more Utahns die. A look at Utah State men's basketball's chances to make the NCAA tournament. Letter, America's two-party system is not the main problem. Utah Senator Mitt Romney calls out Marjorie Taylor Greene for spreading the big lie about a stolen election. Thousands of Utah kids have changed schools during COVID-19, while school choice left others out. Letter, ATVs are ruining Moab, and local communities should have the power to regulate them. Romney among GOP lawmakers urging Biden to meet with them on virus relief. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. CNN, Tesla's net profit doesn't come from selling cars. A severe bug was found in libcrypt, new PG's cryptographic library. A 25-year-old bet comes due, has tech destroyed society? Corporate trolls, a covert, pro-Huawei influence campaign on social media. Is misinformation on Nextdoor impacting local politics? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, new research says number 42 really is our number. Researchers try using CRISPR to genetically engineer Zika-resistant mosquitoes. Are we overestimating the number of COBOL transactions each day? Firefox 85 isolated super cookies, but dropped progressive web app support. Pearl.com domain stolen, now using IP address of past malware campaigns. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Missouri teen who beat rare cancer 3 times passes away from COVID-19. Wrong way driver hits ambulance on I-64 near Kings Highway. No new COVID deaths reported in Missouri, state adds 1,040 virus cases. Police confirm 2 bodies found in East Carondelet home. COVID briefing, St. Louis County extends curfew for bars, restaurants to 11 p.m. Metrolink security guard shot and killed at the Del Mar Loop station. 3 men charged in fatal shooting of woman in St. Louis. How much would a $15 minimum wage really be worth? St. Louis hospital reports success using experimental COVID-19 drug. Cold, wet weather proves problematic for drivers. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Residents line up early on first day for North County vaccine superstation. News Now, a new vaccine superstation, the effort to recall Governor Newsom and more. Redodges controversy to share 54-hole lead at farmers. Vaccine help wanted, road race experts, fast food managers tapped. The family's just broken, search continues for missing Chula Vista mom. Photos show culvert that trapped group crossing into the U.S. Trump parts with impeachment lawyers a week before trial. New COVID-19 mutations, here's what you need to know. $1,400 stimulus checks, where we stand as January ends. 15 giant sequoias in Yosemite's Mariposa Grove knocked down in storm. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Mossad head says IDF chief irresponsible for panning U.S.-Iran nuclear policy. Is it time to up our mask game? What you need to know about alternative lenders, CBC's marketplace cheat sheet. CBC News. Mossad head opposes IDF position on Iran nuclear deal. Part-time bond, MI6 to recruit part-time spies and boost diversity. Russian hack brings changes, uncertainty to U.S. court system. Netanyahu's historic Gulf tour back on, Mossad chief's Washington visit to focus on Iran. Bomb-proof glass and 22 guards protect the Queen's crown jewels. Tinder creep banned from dating app for stalking women is on Bumble. New Delhi blast outside Israeli embassy reportedly prompts Mossad involvement. Russian intelligence cultivated Donald Trump for decades, says former KGB agent. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, February 1st, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Car caravan on Bay Bridge demands mass prisoner release amid COVID surge. Timeline, Bay Area rainstorms expected this week. Cats rescued after early morning kitchen fire in Oakley. UC Berkeley issues warning advisory, confirming surge in COVID-19 cases. Inside the COVID wards with a nurse's assistant. California's Great America set to reopen May 2021. Teen with autism scores three-pointer during high school basketball game. Thousands of ultra-Orthodox Israelis attend rabbi's funeral, ignore COVID-19 lockdown. San Francisco Opera announces free virtual performances. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Ramirez, number 19 Razorback women turn back Auburn 77-67. Heat say Harrow may miss time for virus-related issue. Impeachment fever hits Kentucky with efforts to oust leaders. Number 4 South Carolina, Cook power past Alabama 87-63. Number 3 UConn bounces back, rolls by number 17 DePaul 100-67. Winter storm provides ideal conditions for snowshoe adventurers. The worst of winter blast behind us, but still more snow to come. Kinzinger launches country first effort to take on Trump loyalists in GOP. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Albania, Bulgaria, Greece, Lebanon, the Republic of North Macedonia, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.7 m, depth 9.68 km, in Guyana January 31, 2021, 1905 UTC, about 32,000 people within 100 kilometers. Green alert for tropical cyclone Lucas 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Orange alert for tropical cyclone Ana 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.29 million. Green alert for tropical cyclone Bina 21, population affected by category 1, 120 kilometers per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, February 1st in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Biden has signed 42 executive actions. Here's what each does. Chilly start to your work week. No layups, is Deshaun Watson gone? Jewish community breaks ground on Rubenstein Center. Burglary suspect thrown from car in fatal Northwest Harris Company crash. Juvenile driver slams into HPD cruiser on Southwest Freeway. 23andMe claims to predict COVID-19 risk. Internet providers in rural Texas threatened after funds are cut. Groundhog Day forecast, more winter or early spring? The legend of the immortal Punxsutawney Phil. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Number 6 Stanford uses fast start to roll past Washington 74-48. Wayne Taylor Racing wins record-tying third consecutive Rolex. Antonio Garcia tests positive for COVID-19 during Rolex 24. Liddell leads number 13 Ohio Street over skidding Michigan Street 79-62. Sasser, number 6 Houston beat SMU 70-48 for 8th straight win. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, extra, if only we were small enough to live in this DIY miniature model home. Updates, new NWS forecast, 18-24 inches of snow in NYC. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Coronavirus updates, Maryland has a case of the COVID-19 variant from South Africa. SNL recap, John Krasinski indulges our nationwide pandemic office binge. City reveals white New Yorkers have received lion's share of COVID-19 vaccine doses. Who's running for Brooklyn Borough President? Worried about to sore arm after a COVID-19 vaccine? Wait a bit before taking pain relievers. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake 4.9 mag, 121 kilometers N of Minb, Iran. Minor earthquake, 3 mag strikes near Charlotte Amalia in U.S. Virgin Islands. Minor earthquake, M3.48 quake has struck near Culebra in Puerto Rico. Minor earthquake, 3.55 mag has occurred near Luquillo in Puerto Rico. Minor earthquake, M3.27 quake has struck near Luquillo in Puerto Rico. Minor earthquake, 3.21 mag was detected near Luquillo in Puerto Rico. Minor earthquake, 3.24 mag has occurred near Luquillo in Puerto Rico. Light earthquake, 4.1 mag has occurred near Yarrapak in India. Minor earthquake, M3.57 quake has struck near Luquillo in Puerto Rico. Moderate earthquake, 5.7 mag strikes near Aletum in Guyana. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. No one's above the law, FBI lawyer who altered evidence to enable spying on Trump gets probation instead of jail. U.S. and Colombian govt supported botched invasion of Venezuela, bombshell testimony from coup plotter the gray zone. Biden plagiarizes again after Bloomberg points out virus plan is basically Trump's. Navalny scam sells empty concrete shell as Putin's luxurious palace. Avoid the Great Reset in 3 easy steps. Biden DHS suggests that nearly everyone dissatisfied with the status quo is a potential terrorist. Feds indict pro-Trump Twitter troll Ricky Vaughn over meme shared during 2016 election. Putin gets it, tech giants are becoming competitors to nation-states. 21 men accuse Lincoln Project co-founder of online harassment. Russia detains over 2,700 at protests against jailing of Kremlin critic Navalny. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Did a kiss cam show model Catherine Webb with a young boy? Does Russia have a military Disneyland theme park? Can you get a verified badge crest on your Bay Area home? Was a tiny chameleon with huge genitals discovered in Madagascar? WHO team visits Wuhan food market in search of virus clues. Does homework spelled backwards mean child abuse in Latin? GOP lawmakers urge Biden to meet with them on virus relief. Did former QAnon believer apologize to Anderson Cooper for thinking he ate babies? Russia arrests over 4,000 at white protests backing Navalny. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. The Putin-friendly billionaire trying to build the Garden of Eden. 21 men accuse Lincoln Project co-founder John Weaver of sending unwanted, sexually explicit messages. GOP Senator Portman says Republicans should stand up and send a message to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Joe Biden will meet the Queen at Buckingham Palace in June. Russia rises up against Putin as thousands defy Kremlin's medieval fortress crackdown. Joan Didion has nailed America's weirdness for half a century. The cruel solution to beautify a historic Russian city. Trump's death penalty zeal may pave the way for its demise. America's cancerous legacy for the descendants of the kidnapped Africans who arrived on the last slave ship. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Main company successfully launches prototype rocket. U.S. COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations down for 2 straight weeks. Double standards abound at the New York Times. Here's the last time NYC saw more than a foot of snow from a single storm. Trump gets frozen out of operating Central Park's Woolman Rink. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. The beginning to the end of the universe. The Big Crunch versus the Big Freeze. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Meet a pioneer in stroke recovery. COVID variant first detected in UK, now in 50 countries. Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont urges Biden to give us some transparency on COVID vaccine rollout. Miami Mayor Francis Suarez urges DeSantis to allow more local control over COVID-19 measures. Richmond says Biden willing to meet with GOP senators over COVID bill. Efforts to stop spread of COVID-19 kick into high gear amid mutant strains. 1/31, Francis Suarez, Scott Gottlieb, Janice Jackson. Gottlieb says vaccination should be a backstop to protect against virus variant. Janice Jackson, Chicago Public School CEO, says cities still far apart on talks with teachers union. Massive winter storm causing chaos for millions of Americans. The following headlines are from alienUFOsightings.com. What the hell is going on with UFOs and the Department of Defense? A prophecy of Nostradamus says that the Earth will be invaded by aliens. Video. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Powerful NYC workers union taps former de Blasio top staffer in run-up to mayoral election. Cuomo floats possible NYPD monitor, demands answers from mayoral hopefuls. SA workers now have authority to enforce mask mandates at airport security checkpoints. 4-year-old girl finds 220 million-year-old dinosaur footprint on UK beach. Angry trader flies nuts banner over Robin Hood headquarters. California deputy charged with faking shocking ambush. How several NYC mayoral candidates would bring back jobs amid COVID devastation. Alleged peeping Tom arrested after falling through ceiling into women's locker room. They should negotiate. Senator Schumer pushes back on GOP offer to slash COVID relief package to $600 billion. CIT, video shows man accused of living in Chicago airport for 3 months being arrested. The following headlines are from military.com. USS Chaffee crew quarantining in San Diego due to COVID-19 outbreak. Democrats add heft to effort to keep U.S. Space Command in Colorado. Sentencing delayed for fired VA staffer who killed 7. New Orleans police officer, detective, 5 Army reservists indicted for theft. Pentagon pauses plan to give COVID vaccine to Guantanamo detainees. Man charged with making hoax Marine distress call. It's Navy's better statue, but Wisconsin has grown attached. These Marines devoted their lives to the Corps, then they were singled out for having children. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Lightfoot to talk about reopening Sunday evening as school district and union reps fail to reach a deal on in-person learning. Watch Live, Lightfoot, CPS chief provide update on reopening plan. Cheerleader sues Northwestern University, says she was groped and harassed by drunken fans and that officials tried to cover up her complaints, lawsuit alleges. January 30th to 31st snowstorm map, how much did it snow near you? City urges patience amid snowstorm, we just ask that Chicago does what Chicago does in these times, and that's come together and help out your neighbors. Corrections and clarifications. Chicago moves to Phase 4 of COVID-19 regulations, indoor dining restrictions remain. After the success of Logan Square's Dill Pickle, residents across the Chicago area are looking to launch food co-ops. There is an outcry for a different system. Rep. Adam Kinzinger launches Country First movement as Trump criticism puts focus on Illinois GOP divide amid search for new leadership. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 2,428 new confirmed and probable cases of COVID-19, 40 additional deaths reported Sunday. The following headlines are from phys.org. Electric cars, fewer cows in New Zealand's climate change plan. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, February 1st, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. A sun's eye view of the solar system. Are effect sizes in psychology meaningless? The stunning and sacred land of Utah's Bears Ears could soon be protected again. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Police arrest man who was shot in North Seattle, allegedly in self-defense. Simmons carries North Texas over Rice 79-53. Short-handed UW Husky women's C losing streak to Stanford continue. It's twins. Detroit Zoo announces birth of 2 polar bear cubs. Krotwig leads Loyola of Chicago past Missouri Street 72-46. Jemison, Erdel lift UAB over Middle Tennessee 63-52. Martinez leads New Hampshire over Binghamton 71-65 in OT. Allen scores 26 to lead Delaware past Elon 75-70. Cooks scores 15 to Caringjit past UMBC 69-65. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. MLB proposes delaying start to April 28, cut season to 154 games. The latest, Israel extends its lockdown for at least 5 days. Push to reopen schools could leave out millions of students. Family, body found in San Diego Park is missing 21-year-old. 3 Sierra sugar pines added to list of 6 biggest in world. What San Jose Barracuda is doing next after positive COVID-19 test. Sponsored, 2021 Toyota Tacoma, best midsize pickup truck gets better. Sponsored, the 2021 Cadillac XT4 Sport Edition SUV. Sonoma deputies arrest man on suspicion of throwing objects at cars, violating parole. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. More Oklahoma students returning to classroom amid pandemic. 1 arrest, 2nd suspect sought, in transit driver killing. Scientists link chemicals to cancer in California sea lions. New Mexico reports 53 new COVID-19 cases and 18 more deaths. Rare right whale spotted entangled in fishing rope. Security guard shot and killed at St. Louis train station. Lottery, virus liability, prisons before lawmakers in 2021. Federal prosecutors recommend probation for illegal gun buys. The next headlines are from The Intercept. Robinhood is a perfect example of fintech's insidious power. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, February 1st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Patient-reported outcomes from the randomized Phase 3 Crown study of first-line lorlatinib versus an ALK plus NSCLC. Social and structural factors influence racial disparities in COVID-19 mortality. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Hilton Valentine, founding guitarist of The Animals, dies at 77. Tom Thibodeau's back, and Bulls better clean up the blood in the water. Person killed in Bronzeville shooting, police. Coronavirus Live blog, January 31, 2021, Chicago teachers on verge of lockout or strike as CPS, CTU fail to reach deal. Jesse Jackson hospitalized, recovering after surgery. Teachers on verge of lockout or strike as CPS, CTU fail to reach agreement. Man fatally shot on Kennedy Expressway ramp on Northwest Side. Vanessa Morgan welcomes new baby with estranged husband Michael Kopech. 5 lessons the Bears can learn from the Matthew Stafford trade. Man, 53, missing from Gresham. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, February 1st, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Cody Simpson, pop star, wants to be Cody Simpson, Olympian, The New York Times. Super Mario 64 speedrunner freaks out after reclaiming world record, comicbook.com. London, Aunt Man sets his 4th world record for eating hot peppers, CTV News London. World U/20 record for Hodgkinson, weekend roundup, fast running. Saudi Arabia's mobile desalination plants achieve 2.2 kWh world record low energy consumption, utilities Middle East. Flagstaff man sets American record running 100K, ABC 15 Arizona. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. This guy used 3D printing to help his 18-year-old blind pup get around safely. Sunday's best deals, BarkBox subscription, car jump starter, portable laptop stand, Mophie power station charging bundle, windshield snow covers, and more. Make your dog's day with 30% off a BarkBox monthly subscription box. WhatsApp is now using its version of Stories to convince users it's committed to their privacy. Google suspended federated chat app Element for allegedly hosting abusive content. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Nadi in Fiji at 130.28 degrees Fahrenheit or 54.6 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Ima in Russia at minus 70.6 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 57 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Hedge fund Melvin sustains 53% loss after Reddit onslaught. Multi-layered Outside the Wire is part action thriller, part intimate drama. An electric race car has lapped Daytona for the first time. A Curious Observer's Guide to Quantum Mechanics, Part 4, Looking at the Stars. New study, a zero emissions US is now pretty cheap. Why kids matter in the quest to stamp out COVID-19. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Trump's new legal team announced, as defense turns from stolen election. Smoking gun memo adds 2-year-long conspiracy in Trump Defense Department, analyst. Trump may still destroy the Republican Party yet, legal expert. Organization pledges to haunt ex-Trump staffers so they cannot get corporate jobs. Glass houses, Donald Trump Jr. gets crushed after smearing Lincoln Project as grifters and pedophiles. GOP lawmakers setting up pact to battle Trump wing of the party, report. Parkland mom busts Marjorie Taylor Greene for backtracking on false flag shooting claims in private call. I do not regret it, pro-Trump attorney Linwood cites Jesus after doxing his own son on Telegram. Mitch McConnell ridiculed on MSNBC for pulling a disappearing act as all hell breaks loose for the GOP. Fox News cancel culture segment goes off the rails when conservative says network lied about election. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Republicans' miserly stimulus plan is more band-aid than treatment. Trump loses impeachment lawyers, but it doesn't matter. Donald Trump doesn't appear to have a lawyer for his impeachment trial. Criminal charges in Flint's water fiasco offers a mere trickle of justice. New COVID-19 cases are plummeting, but don't celebrate just yet. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, January 30th update. Trump's public lands giveaways won't easily be reversed. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. Study subtleties how glutamate flagging functions in the brain to empower neuronal communication, Microbiota India. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, February 1st, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. The Travis Walton alien abduction. Did UFO kidnap Navajo County man? That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, February 1st, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. True Strange News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by True Strange News. All rights reserved.